All right, we just came back from one of the grocery stores that we shop at here within the compound of our Airbnb. It's like 4 or 5 building compound, and they're all like 25-story buildings. But within the compound, there's 2 grocery stores and a pharmacy. So I just wanted to show you guys today how we're able to get groceries and pharmaceuticals without actually never having to leave the fenced and secured area of the building where our Airbnb is. So for example, I'll show you what we're able to get. So we've been getting these 9-liter jugs of water, which is awesome because what is that? That's 2.2. Is that right? 2.2 gallons per bottle? Something like that. Anyway, just wanted to show you. 2.3? I was close, huh? Mm-hmm. Nice. So this is the stuff we're able to get. You want to go ahead and start unloading that, and I'll kind of show them what we're able to get just right here. So we've been able to get veggies, fruits. This is just one load. We actually have some big paper bags that we'll load up too, but we're getting cheese, pastas, potatoes, squash, pears, more cheese. We like cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Carrots, pretzel snacks. We're actually able to get oat milk that doesn't have sugar in it, which is a huge score for us. So that's just one little load we've got. We're gonna go run and grab some more, try to get some like instant noodles and stuff, which are really convenient for us right now. And then it's such a nice day. After that, I think I'm gonna walk the fence perimeter so we can get some little bit of exercise, but also too, we'll walk the grounds with you guys and show you the compound and where the different grocery stores are in the pharmacy within here. So come along if you're interested. All right, we just got back from the second store that we frequent. Just an idea what we grabbed from there real quick. So yeah, still no shortage of TP anywhere. We're able to get toilet paper. What else is in shortage at other places? Paper towels.
Mm-hmm. Cleaning products.
Right,
yes.
Dry goods.
Mm-hmm. The second grocery store that we went to has toiletry products, whereas the first one that we went to has none.
Not because they're out.
Right, they just don't carry
them. So yeah, we try to grab a 4-pack like every other day, so we're not taking their stock and hoarding, but ensuring that we have at least 2 4-packs at a time. So yeah, as you can see, we've got some more noodles, some croutons for salad, tea, eggs, some instant soups, just a few random things that we're able to get to sustain ourselves. We've had no issues with the vegetables they've had, the fruits they've had. There is a third store that's outside of the compound, which I actually visited in another video. You may have seen it. It's a really nice store actually. But as far as like just being within the gates, like we're able to get everything we need to sustain ourselves for the week, for the month. We've been here for 5 weeks now and we haven't had any issues. So yeah, I think we're gonna try to go down to the pharmacy and get some vitamins. So on our walk, I'll show you where the other 2 stores are, and then also the pharmacy and kind of just the grounds, like I was saying, different little features that are out here on the grounds within the fence, and just kind of show you how we're getting some exercise and keeping sane, getting out and get some fresh air. All right, hopefully that wind's not too bad, but here's our building here, and the only thing that we have to leave the compound to do is actually to throw the garbage. The dumpsters and the recycle bins are just outside the gate here, and I'll head over there and show you. This is the only thing that we actually have to leave the grounds for, so we'll just go through here, and it's just on the other side of that gate. So you see the gates, the community is secured. We actually have a little fob to get in and out, so that's pretty good. There's not a lot of foot traffic that actually doesn't belong in there. And then just here is the dumpsters. So you can see there's all kinds of construction going on, which is kind of a drag actually, because the patio that we have is nice, but it's always so noisy during the day out there. There's always like jackhammers and stuff. So, but yeah, that's the area outside of the building. Yeah, this is a nice little garden here. Nice beautiful tulips coming in. But this is the whole compound we're in here. All these buildings in here are all within one gated community. So we're gonna head back in and we'll go for a little spin. All right, so back inside the gate, there's our building. And this is one of the first stores we go to right here, which is actually underground. So we just came from this one. We went to this one first, and we're actually gonna do like kind of like a figure eight through the property. And when we get to the other side, I'll show you the other one. So that one's like, I don't know, less than a stone's throw from our building, which is really nice. And the grounds have a lot of green belts, a lot of green spots, but mostly it's this these colored brick paths, which is pretty nice. It's nice and a nice big smooth path around the entire place. But there's just little nooks and crannies, like this is the corner here, just a bunch of trees. There's a lot of young trees, so in a few years there'll be a lot of new growth. And then this is a whole other residential, I'll call it a compound just here. Actually, from our room you can see some houses that are in there that are huge. They're like huge mansions. If I can remember, when I go back up, I'll show you some of them. Like these first buildings here are like condominiums, but on the other side of them, before the sea, there's just like huge houses. They're insane. All right, here's a little workout area here. This actually was roped off for a few days before they put the restrictions in place, and then everyone tore it down. There actually still has signs on it saying not to use it because they're trying to keep people from spreading the virus, but apparently no one cares. I don't know. We don't use it, and if they want to play around with it, that's fine, but they've actually torn all the tape down. But yeah, that's there, so there's always people working out on it throughout the day. And then here's just a nice little area that in the center here, there's a nice big fountain. They've been restaining all these benches. As you can see, these ones are nice and fresh looking. But this probably is a very nice area just to sit here in the summertime when they've got the fountains going. Since it is winter, I've noticed generally in Eastern Europe, they've all had the fountains off. I'm assuming it's still pretty cold, pretty far into the season, so they just keep them down for maintenance reasons, I'm assuming. But yeah, like I said, there's all kinds of little trees growing in here. This will be a nice, fairly forested area. I did show this in the end of one of my other videos, but I'll go right here and show you guys since it's so random. Check out this espalier too. It's pretty nice. There's actually some blossoms coming in. Maybe this is an apple tree or something.
That would be my guess.
Right?
I want to smell it. Oh, look at the little ladybug.
Do not smell it.
I know I'm not.
I'm sure everyone and their moms put their face up to that, and now is like the worst time to do this. There's a lot of ladybugs out, like Rachel was just saying. We noticed the other day when we were walking around, they're just everywhere. Let's see if I can get this guy.
Oh, look up here too. Look at him.
Where is he? Oh, I see. So anyway, this jet, right? What's going on with this jet? How random is that? So like the all the buildings are this this group here, Cador I've been calling it. All of these buildings, all of these, look, you can see up there. So for whatever reason, there's a jet here. Unfortunately, we can't access that little spot without getting through the gate. Maybe the security guard would let us through, but I'm not too worried about that. But I find it incredibly interesting that there's a that there's a jet there. It's super random. I wanted to actually show you guys our patio. I put a bottle of water so I could show you which floor we were on. Maybe when we head back over there, if I remember, I'll show you how high up we are. So that's, like I was saying, not that you would know, but that's the building we're in. That's the building that has the first grocery store. And then this is, I'll call this the third building. And we'll head this way around it. We kind of do like a big loop around the whole thing. There's another little stretch before we come around that third building. So here's that other compound where that jet was. They've got a nice like forested area here, pretty nice, and they've been rototilling their grounds as well. I feel like that's kind of like an Eastern European thing. Since we left Romania, like everyone's been tilling their gardens and stuff. I guess it's just a general landscaping health thing, but what I'm really curious about is, are they going to reseed? Is that why they're tilling specific sites? I'm not sure. I'm actually very curious too, because we're not supposed to be going out for recreation, and all these people that are behind me just came through the fence from what would be the beach. So I'm not sure. Like I'm not wanting to go and venture out, because I feel like people can just look at me and know we're not from around here, and I feel like I'd be the one guy that the police like fine for being out. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like none of these people have groceries. You're only supposed to be out for like groceries or pharmacy, and and they're coming through the fence and like with their bikes and stuff, like they were just out for a ride. Here's some more bulbs coming up. And this property here is pretty interesting too. It's just a bunch of like abandoned. Wow, look at that mattress. That was probably comfortable. um, it's just like a bunch of like abandoned property that's all like decrepit and falling apart. See, here's a good example. So this building's just falling apart. Look at the roof. Actually, it looks earthened, like an earthen mound, if I'm saying that correctly. So here is the fourth building. I guess there's only 4 buildings then. I was saying like 5 or 6 buildings, but it looks like there's only 4. And this one actually has the second grocery store and then the pharmacy that's on the corner. And then they have this pretty decently sized playground for the kids. Everyone's kind of trying to be out on their patios and get some fresh air. You see a few people up there on their patios. Since we're not supposed to be out on the streets, super awesome that a majority of these people have a decent sized patio. Here's this kids area. So this is a pretty decent little zone for children. This was all roped off too. Actually, you can still see they've got these signs here. I'm curious if anyone could tell me what these actually say. I'm assuming that they're saying not to use this because, like I was saying, this was all roped off at some point. So if anyone could tell me what that says, I could use my phone to translate it, but not too concerned, just kind of curious. Oh yeah, there's totally I don't think it's open, but there's also like a restaurant and a dental place, a dentist here. So the dentist is just here on the corner, and then I think maybe that place next to it there is maybe a restaurant, and then in the corner, that corner back there is the second grocery store we go to, and then this pharmacy is just around the corner here. I don't know if we can get back on our... So just around the corner here is a pharmacy, and they have a water filter outside too, which is pretty convenient. I've seen a few people bring their big like 9-liter jugs to refill over here. But this will be the last building we'll go around, and we'll just do like loops and then kind of do like a figure 8 and kind of, you know, it's once you go around the whole thing pretty good. It's got to be like, what do you think, at least like a quarter of a mile, huh?
Yeah, at least.
Walking once the whole thing, yeah. But I'll get a little bit more of the view around the corner, and then once we make one loop around, I'll see if I can get a shot up back at our patio and show you guys. We're up on the 15th floor, so we have a pretty decent view. Here's the guy who's got these benches over here drying. He's just redone all these benches too, or maybe he's about to. Let's see. Looks like he hasn't done these ones yet, but he's separated them out so he can get the work done as he's going. So here's the back of the one grocery store. It's kind of like the last little corner before we restart the big circle that we're on. There's a little bit of what looks like maintenance materials and things around, like maybe they're fixing like some parts of the building with the big cable lift there. Kind of a trip. Those guys got big cojones, man. I would never get in these damn lifts, but hey, that's what they get paid. That's why they get paid the big bucks, right? Here's back. We're back basically around to the side with all the construction. As you can see, the skyline is just a bunch of cranes, and I think this one machine actually that causes most of the noise is digging down. It's doing like a core dig or something, if I'm referring to that right. And that's actually where the building's foundation. They're digging, like drilling down into bedrock or something. I don't know how that works, but pretty interesting. So all day, if you open up the patio and you sit on the patio, it's like thump, 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 which kind of sucks, but still we got that beautiful view of the sea, so can't complain too much. I do notice as we walk around that there's a ton of bike racks and stuff, so that's kind of nice. They provided a few bike racks so people don't have to stress out about loading their bike up and down every time, so that's pretty good. So this is let's see if I can capture this huge ring that's around the sun. I'm not sure if that's picking up, but pretty neat. But here's the back side of the building we're in here. I'll go around to that front side, see if I can show you our patio like I was saying. Here's an interesting juxtaposition. We have all of these new modern buildings that we're staying in here. And then just here you've got an old residential building squeezed in here with just the old kind of like cold, like kind of like communist Soviet style, just like gray concrete looking building. Just kind of squeezed in here between all these brand new high rises that are going up and all these modern buildings. So it's kind of interesting. Everything's kind of, you see a lot of things like that kind of just squeezed in as you go along. All right, we came full circle. Let's see if I can find our apartment. I put a thing on the patio. That one right there. You can see our clothesline. I put a little water bottle right here in the corner so I could see it. Yeah, we're up there on the 15th floor. It's a pretty good view. Have you seen in the other videos, it looks out over the sea. Like I was saying earlier, if I can remember, I'll show you some of those buildings that are on the other side, and then you'll see that view of the sea. But I've been putting that view of the sea in like every video because it's the only thing keeping us sane right now. So we've been including it a few times. But yeah, that was one lap around. We're gonna maybe stop in on one of our rounds and get some vitamins. That guy was throwing that, what I think is like a coring machine on again. So that's you can hear the noise we will hear while we're on our patio. But I wanted to catch that, I don't know if I'm getting it right. I don't want to spin around and offend anybody, but there's a van right outside the fence, and that guy actually vends drinks. That van never moves, and as soon as the sun comes up, he's out here, and like just before the sun goes down, he packs it up and goes in. But I think it's just like he has like a transportable like coffee thing, huh?
Yeah, I think
It looks like
espresso
drinks and stuff. So that guy's really capitalizing on all these workers. They come to the markets at break time and get some snacks and like a coffee from the guy. So he's really got a neat little niche there. All right, we're gonna head in this pharmacy and see if we can get some vitamins and stuff. See if I can leave this running so you get an idea of like how we translate. We've actually written everything down and translated it, and we'll show our phone. So we'll see how that goes.
Сейчас, одну минуточку, Ирина Анатольевна. Я вас слушаю.
Do you have the list, baby?
О. Дальше B12 ампулы. Витамин Б. Дальше витамин А ампулы.
So we made a list. We're seeing if she can translate.
Ну, это да, я знаю.
She got some vitamin D for us.
Лексикон свеч.
She's just kind of going down the list and seeing what she's got for us. See, they got plenty of hand sanitizers and virus killing sprays, and she got some masks there too. I don't know if that's her pack or for buying singles. I'm not sure.
Смотрите. Вот так дать или вот так целое.
The whole pack.
Вот так.
Yeah.
Так, что там еще? Так, спирт.
What was that one?
Кальций.
Maybe rubbing alcohol. And then what's the other one we need? Magnesium.
Угу. Магний. Магний так. И магний есть B6 в ампулах.
Oh, that one has magnesium and vitamin B.
Yeah, we'll just get this 4, right?
These
'Cause
ones.
we determined this one has B. And okay.
Okay. Also,
All right, we did it. We were able to translate what we needed. Now we're just getting some shampoo, and we're out. We'll show you what we got when we get back up to the spot. All right, here is the total, 1,110 grivna, which came out to, was it 40 you said?
$40.70.
So here's what we got for 40 cents.
So we got these $40.
What do you mean $40?
You said 40 cents.
Oh, $40, yeah.
So we've got these jumbo shampoo and conditioners.
Which, like, one of those is usually like $20 back home.
Right,
huh?
they're paraben free and UV protection and all that good stuff. So
Made in Israel. I think they're supposed to be like, all natural kind of too. So that's really good deal on those. I think they were $10 a bottle,
rubbing alcohol.
which is weird. I've yet to be able to find rubbing alcohol in a what I would call a normal size big bottle or peroxide. I've never seen peroxide.
So this is calcium and vitamin D, vitamin C.
Was it like a effervescent type, huh?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's right. It was in little packs. I remember she showed us.
And then this is magnesium and vitamin B.
And so, yeah, I think we got everything we were wanting. And for $40 total for all those vitamins and those natural shampoos, that's pretty good. And that's all within right here. We don't have to leave. Would you look and see how much those groceries were from earlier?
Yeah, I remember the first store that we went to, it was $35. And the second store that we went to that had the toiletries with the toilet paper and the razors and stuff like that was $18.
So, what, $50 there, another 40 here. So we spent 90 for essential vitamins, natural large bottles of shampoo, food for at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. That'll probably last us. But let me head out here and I'll show you this view I was talking about more specifically so I can show you the large homes I was telling you about. So here's those condominiums here. And just on the other side of them, it starts to become actual like individual homes with like yards. But if you look like, for example, like this one over here by the sea, like that's a huge place. They've been working on it. You can see the big driveway right here. It goes right up to the door and the big yard where they've got the rollaway. I'm pretty sure that's one house. And then these are all individual homes as well. But pretty awesome. Lucky for them. I wish we were in one of these condominiums that has these rooftop terraces. That'd be sweet. But anyway, that's it for now for our little video with our walk with the groceries. So this is how we're able to get groceries, vitamins, pharmaceuticals anyway, and get some exercise. We just did 4 laps. I'm guessing we probably did roughly like a mile. We can go back out and do another mile later or whenever we get a little stir crazy. So that's how we're keeping ourselves fed and exercised without even having to leave the compound here. So pretty good. No complaints really. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and be safe and stay sane.